Hello, today we're going to look at the Kano model, a simple, surprisingly powerful way to decide which features are actually worth building. By the end, you'll not only understand the idea, you'll know exactly how to test it with real customers. And the whole thing rests on 3 feature types and 2 simple questions. Let's start with the problem it solves. Here's a trap almost every product runs into. You can't build everything, so you have to choose. And teams constantly choose wrong. They pour months of effort into features nobody really cares about, while overlooking the ones that would have mattered most. The Kano model gives you a structured way to tell those apart, so your effort goes where it actually counts. The key insight is this: not all features affect happiness the same way. Some features are simply expected. Customers assume they'll be fine. Some make people happier the better you do them. And some are pleasant surprises they never saw coming. Once you start seeing your features through that lens, prioritizing them gets a whole lot clearer. So what is the Kano model exactly? It's 2 things in one. First, it's a way to sort your features into categories based on how they affect customer satisfaction. And second, it's a simple survey method for figuring out which category each feature actually falls into. It really comes down to 3 feature types and 2 questions you ask about each one. Let's meet those 3 types. These are the 3 main types, and I'll color code them so they're easy to follow. Must-haves in red are the expected basics. You get punished for missing them. Performance features in blue are the ones where the better you do them, the happier customers get. And delighters in green are the unexpected extras that win people over. Keep an eye on those colors because they follow us through the rest of the deck. Let's take each one in turn. First, the must-haves, the basics customers simply expect. On a smartphone, that's things like reliable calls, a screen that works, and basic security. Here's the catch that surprises people. Having these earns you no credit at all. Nobody's impressed that their phone can make a call. But leave one out and customers are furious. Must-haves can only hurt you, so you cover them quietly and completely. Next, performance features, the ones where more is better. Think battery life, storage, camera quality. The better you do them, the happier your customers get, in a pretty straight line. This is the category where you compete head-to-head with everyone else, because customers can directly feel the difference. If you want a feature to be a selling point, this is usually where it lives. And third, the delighters, the pleasant surprises. These are features customers didn't ask for and don't expect, like being able to charge other devices straight from your phone. When they're there, people are genuinely thrilled, but when they're missing, nobody's upset because they never expected them in the first place. That's what makes delighters so valuable. They can only help you, and they're how you stand out. Now let's put all 3 on one chart. Across the bottom is how well a feature is developed, from absent to fully done. Up the side is customer satisfaction, from unhappy to delighted. Watch the 3 shapes. Must-haves in red sit low. At best, they get you to neutral. Performance in blue runs in a straight diagonal. Do more, get more. And delighters in green curve up high. A little goes a long way. 3 feature types, 3 completely different shapes. Here's a twist worth remembering. Delighters don't stay delighters. Over time, today's wow feature becomes tomorrow's basic expectation. Think about fingerprints and face unlock. When they first appeared, they were exciting surprises. Now, you'd be annoyed if a new phone didn't have them. They quietly slid all the way down into the must-have territory. So the bar keeps rising, and you have to keep finding new ways to delight. So far this is intuition, but Kano isn't about guessing. Here's how to actually find out. Step 1. List the features you're considering, maybe 5 to 10 possible phone features. Step 2. For each feature, you'll ask customers 2 questions. One about having it, one about not having it. And step 3. You survey a representative group of real customers, not just your own team. The real trick is asking about each feature both ways, and the next slide shows why that matters so much. Let's look at those 2 questions using a real feature, charging other devices from your phone. The first is the functional question. How would you feel if your phone could do this? The second is the dysfunctional question. How would you feel if it couldn't? And people answer both on the same scale. I like it, I expect it, I'm neutral, I can live with it, or I dislike it. Here's the important part. One answer on its own tells you almost nothing. It's the combination of the 2 that reveals the feature's true category. So how do we read those answer pairs? This little table is the key. If people like having a feature and dislike not having it, it's a performance feature. If they expect it when it's there but dislike its absence, that's a must-have. If they like it when present but don't really mind when it's gone, that's a delighter. If they don't care either way, it's indifferent. And if they actually dislike having it, that's a reverse feature. They don't want it at all. For example, most people like charging sharing but can live without it, so it's a delighter. A battery that lasts all day, though, liked when present, disliked when absent, that's performance. One person's answers classify a feature for that one person. To get your real answer, you do this for everyone in the survey, then take the most common category for each feature. That's its classification. Keep an eye out for split results though. If a feature is a delighter for power users, but indifferent for casual users, that's a strong hint you should look at your customer segments separately. And if you want to go further, you can even calculate a satisfaction score to rank features within the same category. So how do you actually use all this? 3 moves. First, cover every must-have. These are non-negotiable, the price of entry. Second, compete on the performance features that matter most to your customers. And third, sprinkle in a delighter or 2 to stand out from everyone else. One more tip. When a feature comes back as indifferent, that's your cue to skip it. Customers don't care, so don't waste your effort there. Let's be balanced about the tool. Its strengths, it's intuitive and visual. It's excellent for prioritizing. It cleanly separates table stakes from true differentiators, and it's backed by real survey method rather than gut feel. But the limits matter too. It's based on what people say, not what they actually do. The category shifts over time, as we saw with delighters. And it says nothing about how much each feature costs to build. So use it as a guide for your roadmap, not a replacement for your judgment. 5 things to walk away with. Nail your must-haves because they're simply expected. Compete on your performance features. Delight customers wherever you can. To find out which is which, test it. Ask every feature both ways, then look up the category. And remember that delighters don't last forever. Today's surprise becomes tomorrow's expectation. Get that rhythm right, and you'll always know what's worth building next. Thank you for watching.